our case study with Romark Logistics and Gather AI, and joined by Joel Warakomski. He is Chief Information Officer with Romark Logistics. Hello, Joe.
Good morning.
And Sean Mitchell, Vice President of Customer Success with Gather AI. Hi, Sean.
Hi, good morning, Bob.
Let me start with you, Joe. Who and what is Romark Logistics?
Romark Logistics is a 70-year-old 3PL company that focuses on customized solutions for our customers in the consumer goods, pharmaceutical, and retail space. We're heavily tech-focused and very invested in automation and robotics.
So what was your challenge in this case study that led you to call on Gather AI for help?
We were facing some labor shortages. We wanted to maintain that high level of accuracy of our inventory.
So why Gather AI? I mean, you must have looked at a number of different candidates to help you step up with this challenge. Why those guys?
Well, we've always been tech-focused, and Gather offered a technology solution that allowed us to bring in some new technologies into our operation and continue to drive that high level of accuracy with their technology.
Sean, did you feel like you guys were well positioned to take on this challenge based on what you've done for clients before?
Absolutely. So Gather is the world leader when it comes to drone-based autonomous inventory gathering. That means then is that our drones fly through warehousing, image every single location. As they're doing so, they're using AI to actually read barcodes, read text, identify what product is actually in each location, and from there compare it directly with the warehouse management system.
Well, AI is in your very company name. I guess you were able to step up with a type of technology that might not have been available to Romark just a few short years ago.
Absolutely.
Right. So, Joe, tell me about the whole implementation. You brought these guys on. What was involved in installing or implementing the solution?
Sure. So what we really appreciated about Gather is we started small, but we were thinking big. So the implementation phase was very low impact and very quick. We were able to get a pilot program, no pun intended, going very quickly, and then we're able to expand out to 64,000 pallet positions very quickly.
Sounds like very, very quick. You say low impact, but anything like that, you're going to come in and you're going to disturb ongoing operations. Mm-hmm. How did you manage to bring in this solution and yet keep the motor running with the company anyway?
Sure. So one thing that we appreciated about Gather is they worked around our schedules, and the amount of technology that needed to come into the environment was fairly low in terms of the changes we needed to make in the environment.
Sean, how did you face the challenge of coming into an existing operation to bring in this cutting edge technology?
Absolutely. So I think for us, it's all about focus on the customer, right? End to end. And so our teams worked off shift. They worked in aisles that were active. And from there, we were able to come in and out within 3 weeks and get the initial implementation, all of the training completed. At any time, our teams are always reminded that this is a live warehouse. The most important thing is the end customer and making sure that we're non-impactful and we're non-obtrusive. And I'm glad to hear that the team lined up in that way.
Anything interesting or unique about this particular implementation? I mean, as opposed to the types of clients you've had before?
So I think the nicest part about Romark is the high accuracy. There's a requirement there for the highest inventory they could have, and so in that way we had to make sure that we were driving value in the ways of speed as well as traceability, and to kind of maintain what is already expected to be the 99.9% that they require for their end customer.
Joe, any lessons learned along the way in implementation? I mean, these sort of things never go exactly as planned. Mm-hmm. Whether they're bumps in the road or the like, and I'm sure it was a successful implementation ultimately, but along the way, did you learn anything about your own operation or learn anything about what it is you needed that might have differed from what you thought at the very outset?
Well, one thing that was quite a pleasant, unexpected surprise was there was a renewed interest in the inventory analyst roles in the company. They were able to use this new technology that we brought in. So there was certainly a lot of excitement in the warehouse as we started to deploy the drones.
So Joe, what was the reaction of your customers? How did it affect them, and what kind of feedback did you get from them based on the implementation of the solution?
Our customers really love the solution. They like the fact that we can complete the inventory counts much quicker and the level of fidelity with the image recognition.
So you're up and running today fully.
That's right.
How many locations? Tell me what is the whole scale of the operation now as it involves Gather AI?
Sure. So the current operation in the Northeast is one of our temperature-controlled facilities. We're currently scanning about 65,000 pallets, and we've been able to increase that speed. We were a little skeptical on the speed in terms of the improvements there, but we've been able to see a 5x improvement in our inventory process.
Okay. How exactly did AI figure into it for you? What made that unique, and how did it really help you to achieve these benefits?
What we really appreciated about Gather was it just wasn't about the drones. Their technology has the level of image recognition and the reconciliation with our WMS to be able to bring that real world data into the WMS so that we can then easily reconcile any discrepancies. And we've been very pleased to see that the Gather solution has been able to maintain that high level of accuracy that we already had with our team members.
And Sean, I'm sure you learned something from every new implementation, every new engagement with every new client. What did you learn from this one? What did it bring to you that you might be able to bring to the table for future clients?
So I think for us, the biggest thing was the scale and the requirements of automation and interconnectedness. Romark is very forward when it comes to bringing in new automation and new partners. And so for us, making sure that our infrastructure plays well with others and really matches up with their roadmap and kind of ensuring that we are able to provide that seamless transition all the way to their end customer and to share the data and really to kind of allow this inventory accuracy to shine.
So Joe, what's next for Romark in terms of how you might continue to work with Gather AI and what additional kinds of solutions you need going forward?
Sure, so the next phase is a continued rollout. Right now we're working very closely with Gather AI in our Southwest operations to be able to balance that some of the autonomous equipment that we have operating in the facility with the drones flying around.
Sean, as you know, AI is not a technology that's standing still. It just seems like every 6 months it reaches a new plateau or a new level of sophistication. How might you bring additional types of capabilities as your technology develops to a client like Romark?
So I think the beauty of our system is we are agnostic to hardware. I mean by that then is really a lot of the innovation improvement is coming from the software and from the image recognition standpoint. There's a lot that you can do with high definition photos of inventory. And from there, some of the improvements that we've made are some of the case estimation as well as occupancy that we've seen. And on top of that, going through and adding things such as multi-factor matching. And so continuing to drive that forward when it comes to the capabilities of image processing has been huge for us. And I think that's really our differentiator.
Thanks to both of you for telling the story. It was an interesting one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was great to be here.
I've been speaking with Joe Warakomski of Romark Logistics and Sean Mitchell of Gather AI. Thank you very much for watching.